Hello, friends. Today's topic is about how to do a natural pretty makeup for teen girls. There are many occasions where you'd like to look your best without looking flashy. You may feel uncomfortable going completely without makeup when in a situation where heavy makeup is frowned upon. This is especially important if you're still in school, as many have strict dress codes. For these situations, you can still wear a full face while appearing to go without. Part 1. Preparing your face. Step 1. Make sure your face is clean. Always take your makeup off before you go to bed, but you will need to wash your face again before reapplication. Removing the oils and dirt that have built up will make applying your makeup easier and will prevent blemishes. Wet your face with warm water. Gently scrub with your hands. Pat your face dry with a washcloth. Apply sunscreen. If you use sunscreen, it should always go on before any other skin products. Allow it to soak in for a few minutes before moving on. You can skip this step if you aren't going to be outside for long. However, dermatologists recommend a daily application of SPF 30 or above to keep your skin healthy and looking its best. 3. Moisturize your face. Moisturizer is especially important if you have dry, irritated skin. Massage a small dollop onto your cheeks and forehead. Wait a minute or two for it to soak in, or try a tinted moisturizer to cut your foundation time in half. Add primer. You can skip this step if you like. Spread a pea-sized bit of makeup primer evenly spread all over your face. Wait a few minutes before applying makeup. Primer evens out your skin, making makeup easier to apply. It also helps your makeup last longer and resist smudging. Part 2. Starting with face makeup. Apply foundation. Make sure to pick the foundation that best matches your neck so your face and neck aren't different colors. If you're comfortable without foundation, just skip to concealer. BB/CC creams are a newer alternative to foundation. They feel lighter on your skin and can include moisturizer and sunscreen. The main drawback of these creams is that they come in far fewer shades, making it harder to match your skin tone. Add concealer to any problems areas. You can either use your fingers or a thin concealer brush. Dab a small amount onto and around any blemishes on your skin. Tap it on, don't rub. Try to even out the area as much as possible to avoid a lumpy look. 3. Brush on a light dusting of face powder. Powder helps your foundation last longer and prevents your skin from looking oily. You can use either a matte powder for a conservative look or a luminous powder for a healthy shine. Dip either a thick powder brush or a powder puff into your powder of choice. Very lightly dust the powder onto your forehead, nose, cheeks, and chin. Choose the right type of blush and/or bronzer. Depending on the look you want, you can use one or both. For the natural look, be very careful to pick the right colors for your skin tone. Very pale skin use a light pink blush. You can also look good with bronzer, but you run the risk of ruining the naturalness you're trying to achieve. If you do use bronzer, pick one that is only slightly darker than your skin. Light skin that tans use light to medium pink blush. For a natural look, match your bronzer as close as possible to the color of your skin that gets the most sun. Olive and light brown skin. If you have this skin type, you have the most options to choose from when achieving a natural look. Your blush can range from medium pinks to warm apricot shades to copper tones. Just avoid anything too light or too dark. Copper or a shade slightly darker than your skin works for bronzer. Medium brown skin mauve or rose gold blushes work best. For bronzer, you can go with either a slightly darker or slightly lighter shade. If you pick a lighter shade, be sure to use one with warm undertones. Very dark skin. Unlike lighter skin tones, a touch of bold berry or plum blush can look completely natural on dark skin. To achieve a natural, contoured look with bronzer, you may have to use 2 or more shades a shade lighter than your natural shade to highlight your cheekbones and one slightly darker right below. 5. Apply blush and/or bronzer. Use a thick brush and the slightest amount of powder for both. For bronzer, contour your face by applying it starting from your temples to down under your cheeks. Then, add just a touch along your nose. Be sure to blend well. For blush, tap the brush very lightly over the apples of your cheeks. When applying both, add the bronzer before the blush. Part 3. Applying eye and lip makeup. Define your eyebrows. If your eyebrows are thin or patchy, use an eyebrow pencil to fill them in. Pick one that matches your natural hair color as closely as possible. If your eyebrows are very light blonde and difficult to see, you will need to take a few extra steps to make them well defined. Start by taking a thick blonde pencil and draw your ideal brow shape over your eyebrows. If your roots are darker than the rest of your hair, match the pencil to your roots. Use an eyebrow brush to blend it out. Brush on brow powder a shade lighter than your hair onto your brows hairs to give a fuller appearance. Clean up the edges with some concealer and a brush. Apply eyeshadow. Pick out a natural colored eyeshadows only a shade or two darker or lighter than the rest of your skin. Brush the eyeshadow onto your eyelids. If you use more than one color, apply your lightest shade first and end with your darkest shade. Keep the darkest color closest to the lid. In addition to neutral pigments, you can also add a subtle amount of color for eyeshadow. Use the same rules for matching your skin tone as you used with blush and bronzer. Don't use too much bright pigment or you'll lose your natural look. 3. Apply mascara. Carefully brush on mascara not much darker than your eyelash color. Apply mascara to only the top lid's lashes. One coat should be enough for a natural look, but if you need more be sure to let the first coat dry completely. Apply a lip gloss or lipstick. Either try to match your lips' natural color as close as possible or pick a color that is only slightly different. A good trick for making lipstick look more natural is to apply one coat, dab some off with a tissue, and then apply a lip gloss over top. Consider using only clear or slightly tinted lip balm instead. If you do not know how to get your lip gloss on the lips and none on the rest of your skin, don't just put the gloss straight on, get a lip pencil a shade a tiny bit darker than your lips. Then fill the lips in with lip gloss or Vaseline. If you have picked a very shiny or oily gloss, either get some tissue and press it onto your lips, but don't rub, or press your lips together for 30 seconds then rub them together for 50. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe, like and share to our channel How2Winit. Goodbye.